Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over the December and Christmas sticker releases. So recently we changed the design on how we released our stickers. Previously we had the landscape. We switched it to make it more of a portrait. And then we also added in a new feature where we changed where the layouts are now inserts, and 2 pages now of those. One that is more tailored to portrait mode and another page that is more tailored to landscape mode. And so you'll see that more so in our monthly releases than on the other like themed sets or like mini releases. So diving right into it, we'll start looking at the December 1st, and then we'll go into our Christmas one, which is just a mini set. It's just a 1 page. And so December, these are the stickers for December. And so just kind of zooming in on these, we start off, we have this cute coffee cup with some peppermint and a candy cane. Got some cozy stickers all throughout, lots of texture with different types of fabrics when it comes all throughout. So when you zoom in on a bunch of these different fabrics, you'll see a bunch of different texture all throughout, like with these stockings, as well as anything that has like with the fur, lots and lots of texture throughout all of these stickers. Lots of kind of wintry, kind of Christmassy themed. Got a little baby Jesus here. And this is something too that I really like. So this background is transparent. So when we click on it, you can put a picture behind it. I thought that I liked that idea. Decided to keep it transparent back there. So you can add in whatever you're working on, like a picture of your layout or a new release that you're expecting to come out, or wanting to work on. All those things, kind of customize that sticker to what you like. A gift, little light, laptop. This fireplace is probably one of my favorites. Lots of different textures and stuff in here. Love the flame. Same thing with the stockings, with the different textures within the stockings. Got some glitter on the deer up here, and the wood. I think the fireplace is probably my favorite sticker of this entire set. All right, so moving on, our next tab down is the widgets. So we have dark and light themed widgets. Our light ones right here will fit on, or will show up on even the light colored background, which you'll see more in our icons and shapes, with the 4 colors that we have going on here. So we have our calendars, both in Monday and Sunday start, both in the black and the white, and then checklists in both black and white. And then zooming in more here, we have appointments and weather, mood, and water. Weekly check-in, and there's 4 of these. So one of them has the productivity, mood, and overall, and then there's a blank one, and then those are available in both black and white. And then we have a habit tracker in both black and white, and these do have the have some opaqueness to them, so they will show some of the whatever's behind in the background. And then we have dinners available both in Monday and Sunday start in the black and the white. And then we have some scripture and gratitude in the 4 colors. And then as well, these down here in the white boxes, they're actually transparent as well too. It's not a solid white background on those. There's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then right here we have our hourly widget. We have a gift tracker widget in both black and white. And then these we do have in all 4 colors available for this for December. We have the reading tracker, which those books are the solid white. They're not the transparent backgrounds. The habits are the same way. So there's 2 different styles of habits trackers. So we have the opaque black and white, and then we have these right here with the 4 colors. And so then we have all of these frames in the 4 colors, as well as the decorated frames and the square frames and the longer rectangular frames. We have some washi tape as well as some writ paper. And then a December themed tracker, a circle habit tracker, as well as a 31-day habit tracker as well too, here with the gingerbread men cutouts. And again, these are transparent. These are not white filled in, so that way your colors will go behind it. So those are all of the widgets that are included in this. And then we have our inserts. Like I was saying, there's actually 2 pages worth of inserts. The first page will be your portrait, and so to be able to tell the difference in these, it will have a P right here, and so this will show that these are made for more of a portrait layout. And then on the next page, you'll see an L, and that will be for more of a landscape layout. So starting out, we do have the color blocks up here. So we have 4 full screen color blocks. There's 1 half, 3/4 kind of screen, and then there's 3 that take up about like the bottom half of the screen or so in these 3 color blocks. And then we have these half cylinder shaped layout that will fit a portrait planner as well too. And then we have the gift tags all in this 1 orangey color, and then 1 in the multiple colors. There's a mind map with the December colors. Right here, your different checklists in the December colors as well too. So we have the shopping list, the grocery list, the miscellaneous list, and a checklist here. We have just these folders here in the December colors. December goals with different categories here to add in some gratitude, a December memories insert and these all of these frames are transparent, so your pictures can actually go behind them and they can cover them And then they're also color coded, so that way you can then add in a description beside it and it matches the color of the frame, so that way they all kind of go together. And then we have a Bible study and a sermon notes that take up about half the screen or so. Weekly layout, one that starts with Sunday, one that starts with Monday. And then we have a daily layout, AM, noon, and PM. And so those are all of the portrait style layouts for December. And then the landscape layouts, again, we have the color blocks. There's three full screen layouts. There's 2 of the half screen layouts, and then there's 2 of the, like, it goes across like the whole bottom screen, so to go across like this whole bottom portion of your layout. And then here's a daily with the AM, noon, and PM. Here's a couple weeklies, one that starts with Sunday, one that starts with Monday. Again, the half cylinders in like a color block kind of form. And then we have the gift tags as well in the orange and then in all the colors. And then we have also these in the landscape, which, you know, you can go back and forth and use them in the portrait as well too. And then we have December memories in the landscape form, the mind map in the landscape form, the December goals, and the December gratitude as well. So some of them were not duplicated between the landscape and the portrait, like the sermon notes and the Bible study, and the files and the checklists, because they can fit on both. So if they could fit on both, then they weren't added with both. So our numbers, we do have the black numbers in one of the fonts, and then in the same font we also did the white numbers, and then in a different one we have one that is just the outline of the numbers in 1 through 31. And then in the days we have the same font, that first font in the black and the white. We have another font in black and white, and then one that is just the first letter of the week. And then we have some arched days of the week, the full spelling, and then just the 3. Icons and shapes. I definitely added a lot more shapes for December than we've had in some previous months. Some of the ones that were specific to just December are like these gift shapes and these gift tags, and these 4 shapes right here. And then we have some of our typical shapes, as well as some decorated shapes down here as well too. And then in our icons, for to make it a little bit different this month, we did do the white scallop, like in the gift tags, for the icons. And kind of like I was saying earlier, the white does look good on the lighter color as well too, even kind of like on, as it would on the darker colors, but even on the lighter color, the white actually I think looks better than the black on a lot of things. Stands out more. And then we have backgrounds. This is also something new that I did. I did the same backgrounds in landscape and in portrait options. I know I was personally getting annoyed when trying to plan of wanting a specific background, either for my actual background or for like in a color block, but only having it like in a portrait mode, but I needed it in a landscape mode, or only having it in landscape mode and I needed it in a portrait mode. So I did it in both for December. And I did them all in full opacity. So for those of you that use GoodNotes and don't use Noteful, would you like for me to include backgrounds that are also more opaque? The reason why I didn't do opaque ones in December is because in Noteful, and I know a lot of people have switched to Noteful recently, in Noteful you can go in and move your opacity down. And so I feel like it was kind of doing like double jeopardy and adding in extra things when it was already opaque. And so that way you can do it as you needed it. But for GoodNotes, that's not an option as of yet. So that's actually a question I had, which I can do as well. You know, adding in not only having the landscape and the portrait in the full opacity, but for GoodNotes, also having them in a more opaque background as well too. Let me know in the comments on Instagram or in our new Facebook group. And then our words. This is something else that I changed for this month. Every month, typically I go through like your typical appointments and payments and stuff like that. But then I was starting to think, I was like, well, these people are going to have like a lot of the same things over and over and over again. Granted, they are different fonts. But I decided to go more of a, let's do something a little bit different. Instead of adding in all of those same like appointments and meetings and payments and all that. So that's another one. Would you rather have all of those other ones that I normally do, or something like this where it's a little bit different to like the month? So like these are all, you know, the different colors of the month. We have some icons actually already kind of put in here on the actual shape behind it and opaque, which I'm like, I really started kind of loving this style when I started doing it. Kind of accidentally came across it and I was like, yes, let's do more of that. So, and then we have some of your typical like cleaning and gym and work from home. Some Christmas ones like Christmas dinner, Secret Santa, Christmas party. All I Want for Christmas Is You, a 2026 with a bow, your plan. Lots of December options here in all of the colors with some of the backgrounds. This deer background and this tree background, those are like two of my favorite backgrounds that we had for December. I used them all over the place. Well, and the snowflake one. Like those three are my three favorites patterns that I had to use this month. And then we have a Merry Christmas, mail out Christmas card, some wrap presents, hot cocoa and cuddles. All right, so that is all of the December stickers that are included in this set. So we'll quickly go over our Christmas stickers. Again, there's just one page on this one, just a mini set, just to add in a little bit of extra Christmassy. So we have in some of the washi tape in here. We have some extra frames, lot of that glittery gold. We added in here that you can see with the frames and on the washi tape. And all of these frames do have that transparent background, so that way you can put your pictures behind it. Same thing with this one. It's the transparent background, so you can put pictures behind it. This one as well too. And this just says Merry Christmas over and over and over again on both sides. And a lot of that gold is used again and again throughout all of these stickers. So a lot of it is that red, green, and gold is used throughout, as far as like the color theme with these Christmas stickers. So we have a little elf on the shelf here, and then we also have some with the wording on here as well too, with move the elf, leave some cookies out for Santa, and these cookies are so adorable. Some Christmas PJs, Christmas lights, a nativity scene in that wooden theme, but also with the halos being in that glittery gold. Again, with that gold accent on there. And then with this tree, we also have more of the same kind of wood as the tree frame, and the gold accents in there as well on the star and some of the ornaments. Again, now on this one, we have more of that gold accents in there. And on the fur too, more of that texture that we had again in the December set too. And the fur on the hat with the penguin, as well as on the snowman. Some more of that gold in those trees I was talking about. You know, the deer, the trees, I told you, the snowflakes. Those three patterns were my favorite of the three. Of all the patterns, I had a lot to choose from. And of course, our little snow village down here. This is probably one of my favorites as well too, besides the fireplace in the December set. Really liked how this one turned out. So that is our mini Christmas set. Oh, and our little table here with our candles. Again, a lot of that texture too on that table runner. So anything with the fabric has a lot of texture in it. So yeah, that is our December and Christmas stickers. Again, the Christmas is just the one page. The December is our normal full set that comes with everything. We have now, as you can see, we'll be posting YouTube videos when new sets come out. We'll be posting our Instagram reels and on our Facebook page, as well as our new Facebook group. Building a community. Love to hear from you guys. If you have any questions, have any ideas, want to look for something, have been trying to look for something but haven't been able to find it or see if it's actually being made, I love to hear from you guys and your ideas, and want to try to create for you anything that you have ideas for, and try to create that planner piece. So until next time, please, like I said, reach out. I'd love to hear from you, and Yeah, may God bless you, and I look forward to our next time. Thank you, and y'all have a good rest of your day.